humanitarian crisis is looming in Mpeketoni as more and more people relocate to a designated camp.
Over 500 households have left their homes to seek refuge in Kitale and Maporomoko camps amid uncertainty over their safety.
As KTN's Ferdinand Omondi now tells us from the North Coast, the new IDPs are wondering why they are alone despite promises of police protection.
Take a look.
John Mudike sets up his shelter for the night. It is hardly a shelter to begin with, just polythene, a mat and a mosquito net. But this is what he will call home for the foreseeable future.
Sisi tunaomba Mungu tu, sababu hatuna uwezo mwingine. Sasa mvua ikinyesha, sitatunyeshea tu. Tutaenda wapi? Kama hii umeona hii karatasi ya Nairobi. Sinaona niko na karatasi. Niliomba kwa mtu jana. Sababu nilifikiria hiyo mambo ya mvua. Nikaona nikiwa na hiyo karatasi ya nylon nitafadhali sababu nitajifunikia maji inamwagika upande kwa upande.
Mudike is one of hundreds of households who have fled from their homes around Kaisari village Mpeketoni over security concerns. The Kitale camp is thickening fast with over 100 households joining the 400 that had been registered a day earlier.
We have so far registered in this particular camp about 506 households, and there is another place called Poromoko where there are about 100 households as well registered.
Most households have at least 6 members each, to mean at least 3,500 persons have been displaced. Majority heeded the advice of the government to leave home and converge here where they were promised security. However, they say not even one policeman has guarded them for the 2 nights they have been here.
Sababu wanaume wanakaa nje kama hapa tunaambiwa endeni uko nje ndio kifanyika kitu mnajua.
Na kesha tu hapa tuliahidiwa kwamba afisa wa security itakuwa hapa lakini haijapatikana mpaka sasa.
The absence of security is particularly disturbing for Wilson, who has 9 children. He says he was in Kaisari village on the night 9 men were hunted and killed, and says he owes his survival to a neighbor.
Kasatu akiita baya mtoto wangu amefika hapa. Nikamuuliza mtoto wako nani? Akasema Hamisi. Nikamwambia hajafika. Sasa kusema hajafika pale akasema basi kumeharibika sahihi. Nikamwambia kwa nini kumeharibika? Akasema kule kwangu basi kuna watu wamefika kule na wamemchukua John wakamchukua Peter na wakasema kwamba waende kwa mzee wao nyumba 10, kuna mkutano huko anataka kufanyika sahihi na wanaitisha vitambulisho. Akasema kwa hivyo tufanye nini sahihi? Akasema sasa wale wanataka wanaume lakini wanawake wanawaacha hapa. Sahihi walikuwa wanakuja huku kwako lakini nikasema ni mbali na wakasema hawatafika. Kwa hivyo kalazimu sasa tutoke pale kwa nyumba na tukaingia kwa msitu.
The next day, he found out that all the men who had been rounded up had been killed, including the neighbor's husband. He ran here where he had hoped for police protection for himself and his family, which is not forthcoming. The government asked these people to converge here so that the security would be guaranteed. They have responded in their thousands, but they say for the second night in a row, they spend the night without a single policeman in sight. The very men who are being targeted by the killers with guns are now forced to patrol the perimeter with nothing but sticks and pangas. Without sufficient protection, this entire camp is a bullseye with the killers still out there. It's a frustrating ordeal for Wilson, who is afraid to leave his family behind to attend to his duties. Most of the people here were peasant farmers, and a healthy crop of maize was promising a good harvest until the attacks.
Na sahi ilikuwa mahindi imeanza kukomaa. Ilikuwa bado tu kama mkiza kuhesabu hivi, tuwe tungevuna sahi. Lakini sasa baada ya mashambulizi, fikia sasa uchumi umezidimia sahi.
Kama saa 12 nimeenda huko kwa shamba nikakuta ng'ombe zimeingia hiyo kidogo. Sasa sioni wale wako na ng'ombe, hata hizi tumbili zimekuwa zikiingia, lakini nikaona ile tafadhali hiyo mahindi iwe namna hiyo nitafute usalama.
The government has lately been trying to convince the people of Mpeketoni to resume normal activities. Inspector General David Kimayo revealed today that 3 people who had been arrested over the attacks were charged in court with murder.
Soon we are going to get more suspects, depending on the information that we are receiving and the evidence that we are already recording statements. so that a number of some of the suspects that were mentioned can also be charged in accordance with the law.
But while schools have reopened, many parents are still holding their children back, including Mama Bahati Hamisi, who insists she won't let her children out of sight as long as she feels unsafe.
Na sasa hii tayari tuko huku na mashule ni huko, hatujamii hatani roho zetu hazijaridhika kutoa watoto ende shule kwa haraka hii. Paka tujue kabisa hali imekuwa sawa, hakuna wasiwasi, manake mtoto ni mtoto.
It is about 5 p.m. and the A team packs out for the day. When darkness falls, the men in camp will once again patrol the perimeter with sticks and pangas and hope for the best. Ferdinand Omondi, KTN, Kitale, Lamu County.